Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you are in the world. Welcome to this live stream. My name is Luke, and this is being run for Swoosh English and Connetics USA. We are going to have some of our students joining us shortly, and they will be practicing their speaking and getting some feedback. So let me just see where the students are, and then we will get started. Hi, Basil. Hi, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us. Great to have you along. Really appreciate you guys finding the time to come along with us today. So we will also be having somebody coming along from Connetics just to talk to you guys. So she will be joining us shortly. Let me just... Hi, Mandeep. Hi, welcome to the stream. Hi, Dr. Mewish, joining us from Pakistan, and Joem. Okay, great to have you guys joining us on the stream today. We are starting just a little bit behind schedule, but we should be running back on schedule shortly. And Ikemba, hi Ikemba, hi, how are you? Ikemba asking if we can share the training online timetable here. So the online timetable for these sessions, they start at 2:30 p.m. UK time on Tuesdays and 4 p.m. UK time on Thursdays. Those are shorter sessions where we just go through some questions. I lead those sessions, and we go through some questions, usually to build vocabulary or to look at a specific part of the IELTS test. And then on Friday from 3 p.m, these live stream speaking classes where we have some students and give them some feedback. So if that's what you mean, that is the timetable for these sessions. There will be somebody joining us in the comments shortly from Connetics who can answer any other questions you may have. Hi, Isha, welcome. Welcome, Lionel, joining us from Libya in North Africa. Fantastic. And Annie Lynn Lapatan also joining us today. Wonderful to have you guys coming along. Some familiar names and some new joiners as well. So lovely to see some new people coming along too. Just waiting a couple more minutes to see if, I believe Tanya will join us from Connetics or Milanes. Some of you guys will know them from the IELTS Review Scholars group. So we are just waiting for one of them to come along, and then we will be able to get started. Okay, Kemba asking about training for VIP one-to-one packages. I'm not sure where on the website you will find that timetable. Get in touch with them at Swoosh, and I'm sure they will be able to point you in the right direction. Okay, so just confirmed that we are just going to start the session. So unfortunately, I think Tanya is tied up doing other things. Welcome, Anna. Hi. You don't need to call me Sir Luke. You can just call me Luke. Good evening to you too. Right, so let's get started with our questions here today. So for those of you who are joining for the first time, what we do is we go through a few part one questions. We have the students answer and give them some feedback on those. Then we look at a part two topic card. Usually there are too many students for them to do it, and also the part two can be a bit nerve-wracking when you are being live streamed. But we take a look at the part two topic card, and then we will go on and practice some part three speaking. Part three obviously a bit more difficult than Part 1. So Leali is joining us from Lebanon. Oh, fantastic. Welcome, Leali. Great to have you joining us on the stream. So remember that Swoosh English do have up to 50% off OET, IELTS and PTE courses. This is the end of the holiday sale. That will be ending this weekend. So if you are looking to study IELTS, OET or PTE, it is... we do have a sale on at the moment, so you could get a good discount there, up to 50% off, and that is ending at midnight this Sunday. So not much time to take advantage of that if you are looking to study a course. Hi, Ronalyn. Ronalyn joining us from Singapore. Welcome to the stream. Great to have you with us. So IELTS Speaking Part 1, we will be having some general questions on everyday topics. Make sure that you answer the question. If our students are going off topic, I will stop them and ask it again. If that happens in your test, it is not a big problem, but if the examiner does stop you very quickly, it means that you're probably not really on topic. So make sure that you are answering the question quickly and concisely, and then expanding. Don't expand into an answer. Answer the question straight away and then develop and expand that answer. And remember, you won't be able to see the questions in the real test for parts 1 and 3. So a little bit different today. Our students will be able to see the questions. Welcome, Darren, joining us from Canada. Okay. So Darren in Canada having to do an IELTS test. Okay, today we are going to be thinking about grammar. Are our students easy to understand? Is their grammar accurate, or are there any mistakes that they're making? And do they use a nice variety of grammar? So think about, are they easy to understand, or does grammar cause any difficulty for the listener? Is their grammar accurate? And we want to see a good variety there, and pay special attention to verb tenses, because this is something that lots of people have problems with. So our first question set today is about work, and let us get somebody onto the stream. Let's have Shirley Castro joining us today. Hi, Shirley.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. Have you had a busy week?
A bit.
A bit.
Actually, it's toxic.
It's toxic.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So you've run off your feet.
Yes. Standing
Yeah.
the whole day.
Oh dear. Okay. Well, hopefully you can find some time for yourself this weekend. Shirley, let's talk about work then. Hopefully we've got something nice to say about work as well as very busy. Let's talk about work. Do you work or study at the moment?
I'm currently working here as a nurse, staff nurse in United Arab Emirates for more than a decade. Exactly 11 years now.
How long have you done that job?
Yeah, as I mentioned, it's a decade and 11 years. More than a decade. Sorry.
What do you like most about your job?
Well, being a nurse is actually very gratifying job, and simple things would really makes us happy. And knowing that we can help some person who are in need and are sick is really a great feeling.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything you find difficult about your job?
The only thing difficult from being a nurse, I would say, is that the scheduling, because we are in shifting. So most of these special holidays that we're supposed to be with our loved ones, we couldn't be with them all the time because of the on call of duty. So, and sometimes even birthdays of our loved one, sometimes we always to be on the on duty.
Okay, good, Shirley, well done. Which question took you a little bit by surprise there?
How long have you done this job? because I
Okay.
actually have said that. Yeah,
Yes,
because
so it can happen in the test. As you
mm,
expand your answers, the examiner may then ask you for something that you have literally just said.
mm,
Sometimes they would skip that question because you've answered it. Lots of the time they will just ask it again. What should we do in that situation?
I think I have said that as I mentioned earlier. So I think that
Y-
is good thing to do.
Yeah, exactly. So as I just mentioned, answer the question. You could expand a little bit more to give a little bit more and show a bit more vocabulary. So maybe talk about, well, you've moved to the UAE, am I correct, to
Yes,
do
yes.
this job? So
Actually,
you could,
I'm only working here.
yeah, okay. So
Mm,
you could talk a little bit about what came before. Yeah, how long have you
mm,
been? How long have you done this job? Well, as I said, I've been here for 11 years working as a nurse, but before that, I was what and where. So
yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
could that could be a good way to expand. But in
Yes,
terms
yes.
of grammar, uh, generally good grammar. Uh, some nice vocabulary there. Talking about it's very gratifying. So you could talk about talking about the sense of achievement you get from your work. One thing you talked about, you talked about the scheduling. We are in shifting. We are in shifting. Can we
We do
think of a bit?
shifting.
We do shift. We work in
Not
shifts,
shift.
or we do shift
We
work.
work in.
We work in shifts. Yeah, yeah. We don't really talk about what you're describing. We wouldn't say shifting. We would say in, we work in shifts or something like that, or it's
Work in
shift
shift.
work. Okay. All right. Well, brilliant. Thanks for coming along, Shirley, and
Thank
taking the time to
you.
join us. And we will be having you back and have a bit more from you shortly. So just take Shirley off the stream, and then we can have our next speaker. So next up today, we have Anna. Hi, Anna. Hi, can you hear me?
Hi, I can hear you, Sir Luke.
Hi, you can just call, no need to call me sir. You can just call me Luke. How are you today, Anna?
I'm good, thank you.
Good.
How are
Have you
you?
had, yeah, really good. Thanks. Really good. Happy to be here with you guys. Um, how has your week been?
I was very toxic because I'm reviewing for IELTS
Hmm.
and my mind is like blowing already.
Okay, your mind is a bit blown. Okay, yeah. So
Yes,
preparing for IELTS on top of work. Yeah, it's
working,
it's
yes.
a busy schedule, certainly. Okay, well, let's get started and let's talk about work. Anna, do you work or study at the moment?
Currently, I'm working as a PACO nurse in Tan Tock Seng Hospital for almost 7 years already. Um,
Mm-hmm. How long have you done this job?
I've been doing this job for more than a decade already. I've been an operating room nurse in the Philippines for less than 5 years, and now I'm currently in Singapore. As I've said, I'm working as a PACU nurse for 7 years already.
Mm-hmm. What do you like most about your job?
I like to render care for the people who need my care, and it makes my job worthwhile because I'm able to help the people who are in need.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything you find difficult about your job?
The difficult thing about my job is we work with the lives of the patient, so we must be meticulous in our care for the patient because one mistake can ruin their life.
Okay. Okay. Good. Good. Well done, Anna. Yeah. Good. And again, caught a bit by surprise or I think what you did actually, you were expanding your first answer nicely. You realised you gave the answer for the next question and then
Yes, yes,
stopped. Yeah. Yeah.
yes, correct.
Um, remember, in the actual test, you won't be able to see the questions and you won't know what they're going to ask next. So just
Mhm.
continue expanding. And then if they do ask the same question again, just think about a little bit of extra detail you might be able to give. And you did it wonderfully. So you started saying that been working in Singapore. What kind of nurse are you? Part-time?
No, PACU nurse, post anesthesia care unit nurse.
Right.
PACU.
Okay. Make sure you give the full vocabulary. Yeah. Expand
Okay.
everything. Don't use. So some people like to use abbreviations to just make sure you give everything in full in your speaking test. Yeah. Okay. Fine. And then you've been doing that job for more than a decade, actually, and then talking about moving to Singapore. So you started off as an operating room nurse for 5 years, I think you said.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Good. One thing I would say, you said we have to be. What did you say about patience? You have to be very. What was the word you used? It begins with a M.
Meticulous.
Meticulous.
Yes.
Meticulous. Where's the stress? Meticulous. Meticulous. Stress on the T. Yeah. The first time the stress pattern was a bit off. Had to think a little bit and then get the pronunciation. But really good vocabulary there. So saying it's very worthwhile. Talking about working in the operating room. Yeah. Good. Well done. Brilliant. Thanks, Anna. We will be having more from you shortly. You're welcome. Okay. So take you off the stream. Okay, brilliant. Anna and Shirley, really good. So they have set the bar pretty high. Raymond, it says that you don't have any devices connected. Just try and connect a speaker or microphone. Okay, and there it is. And Raymond is joining us on the stream. Dr. Mewish, absolutely. We work in shifts or in rotations. Yes, you could say rotations as well. Yeah, good. And Gaurav Kumar. Hi, Gaurav. Welcome to the stream. Great to have you joining us. Thanks for coming along, joining us from YouTube. Hi, Raymond. Hi, how are you?
Hello, Luke. I'm doing well.
Good. Have you been busy?
Yes, this week is crazy schedule.
Oh dear, crazy schedule. Why has it been so crazy this week?
There's a lot of customers or patients coming up in the clinic, so it has been a busy clinic this week.
Yeah. I bet it's been very busy. Probably a busy year for you guys as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's try and think about better things than business. How busy work is. Here we're going to be talking about some of the more positive aspects at some point. So Raymond, let's talk about work. Do you work or study at the moment?
I work as at the moment I'm working as ambulatory care nurse here at Cleveland Clinic Abu Dhabi.
Yeah. How long have you done this job?
I have been working for 8 years already. 3 years in the Philippines and 5 years here in United Arab Emirates.
What do you like most about your job?
The satisfying thing to do about my job is getting a high score in patient experience. I believe that apart from giving care to the patient, it is important to give an overall service to them.
Is there anything you find difficult about your job?
Yes, there are times that our patients is, despite all the things that you're doing to them, they're not happy with what with your services. So, as a ambulatory care nurse, one of our project is to raise the level of the patient experience.
Okay, good, Raymond. Yeah, again, nice use of tenses there. Everybody's been doing really well with the tenses. So I have been working present perfect continuous used correctly. So yeah, just making a note about tenses. Everybody's been doing it brilliantly. So well done. Which answer do you think you could have expanded a bit more, given us a bit more detail?
I believe on the fourth question is a bit narrow, like a general answer. So I think I have to learn on how to expand my answers Actually, look, this is my first time to join your streaming and first time to start my review. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's very nerve-wracking.
Yeah, I'm sure it is very nerve-wracking knowing that there's people watching. But yeah, don't worry, Raymond. It's a pleasure to have you with us, and you've done brilliantly. The one thing I would say is, well, one of the things I would say is this first question: do you work or study at the moment? The answer was was cut a bit short. I think quite a few people have done this because they're so focused on the second question. Don't worry too much about the second question. If you do get asked something that you've just answered, you know, you can expand a little bit more. One thing that you were saying, the satisfying thing to do about my job. Which words should we remove there? The satisfying thing to do about my job. Which two words don't we need? The satisfying thing.
I think is that the fourth question or the third question?
No. This was the third question. So you were talking about what you like about your job. You said the satisfying thing to do about my job. Take out the to do, yeah? The satisfying thing about my job.
Okay,
yeah, or what I find satisfying about my job. So a bit of extra word included there, a couple of extra words included there. And then you were talking about the things you're doing with the patients, and sometimes they complain. You talked about the things you're doing to them. This sounds like procedures. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which word needs to change? The things you're doing to them? Begins with a F. The things you're doing for them.
For them. Okay.
Yeah. For them. The things you're doing to them sounds a bit unusual. Sounds like you may be some kind of sounds like you may be some kind of surgeon, or it sounds less pleasant. If you're doing something for someone, you're helping them. If you're doing it to them, you are physically doing something. Yeah. So I think you meant for. But okay, other than that, brilliant. Yeah, and first time nerves as well. But you did wonderfully, Raymond, and it's great to have you with us.
Thank you, Luke.
Okay, my pleasure. We will have more from you shortly. So looking into the comments, hi Pachu, hi, joining us here today. Thank you for coming along to the stream. Hope you're enjoying it. Good to see you, Kishore, as I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Yeah, really great to have you joining us as well. And it's your first time coming along, so welcome. Absolutely our pleasure to have you. Kishore asking if they can join. You can. You need to talk to somebody at Swoosh or somebody at Connetics about how to join these streams. But we would love to have you along if you can get into the group. It would be brilliant to have you along. So Swoosh English or Connetics USA, those are the people to speak to you. And your exam coming up on the 6th of February. Okay, so quite a lot of pressure in the next couple of weeks for you. And then I believe this is Nicole. Hi, Nicole, and welcome. Okay, so moving on to our next set of questions. We've got a slightly unusual one today, traveling by train. So as we can see, we've got a beautiful steam engine there on the right and a high-speed bullet train as well, and another slow commuter passenger train from the southeast of England there. So let's add Alice onto the stream. And Alice. Hi, Alice. Hi, how are you?
Very fine, Luke. How are you?
Yeah, really good, thanks. How have you been?
Okay. Not bad.
Not bad. Busy?
Not really.
Okay. So a relatively relaxed week for you then.
Sure.
Yeah, okay, good that somebody isn't feeling too stressed or feeling very stressed. Great to have you with us, Alice. Do you take trains much, Alice?
Not really. I lastly used one a while back. That is I think in 2019.
Okay, so not loads of experience with trains, but let's see how you do with this set of questions, traveling by train. So let's
Okay.
talk about traveling by train. How often do you travel by train?
Well, I rarely use a train because most of the time when I'm going to work or when I'm traveling to areas within my country, the most common public transport is the road. So I normally use vehicles. Rarely do I get to have an opportunity to use a train.
When was the last time you traveled by train?
Like I have just mentioned, I used a train in 2019 around the month of June.
Why?
I was going on a holiday and I was going with some good friends of mine. So we decided to use a train because at least you can enjoy quite a lot. You can enjoy a lot on the way because you will share experiences and you can also witness or observe out the area with along the route for the train.
Is traveling by train popular in your country?
Well, it is not very common because most of the trains have been out of use for quite a long time, but the government of late has tried to refurbish a number of them. For example, there is one main route that had not been used for 20 years, but was opened just the other day.
Okay. Do you think more people will travel by train in the future?
From my opinion, I think yes, because trains are less congested, unlike the public transport in my country. And they are also preferred since they are not, there are not many accidents like when you use a public transport.
Okay, good, Alice. Good. So a slightly unfamiliar set of topics there, but you handled it really well. So yeah, you're talking about you rarely use trains. You going to work by vehicles as the most common mode of transport. One point I think the point at which I'm going to raise. You can enjoy quite a lot. Yeah, you can enjoy a lot. Yeah.
A lot.
Okay. You can really enjoy would be better there. Yeah.
Okay.
Because you can enjoy. Well, we've got a verb there, so we need an adverb. Yeah, you can really enjoy something. Yeah, and then observe out the area. What's the word we're looking for?
Honestly speaking, I think I got I ran out of words, so I didn't have the correct word to say.
Yeah,
at that point.
Maybe you can observe the scenery out the window. I think the word you were looking for there might have been window.
Sure.
Yeah. So
the scenery along the route.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think the word you were looking for was window. Just escaped you in the moment there, I think. Okay.
Sure.
But some nice use of tenses as well. The present perfect. Most of the trains have been out of use. You're talking about them being refurbished. So some lovely vocabulary there as well. Okay. All right. Thanks, Alice. We will have
Thank you.
More. You're welcome. My pleasure. And we will have more from you again shortly. So I'll just take you off the stream. So Kishore, I think somebody from Swoosh is in the chat box there. Hopefully they will be able to answer your questions about joining the stream. Dr. Mewish, will negative answers lead to differences in marking? No, negative answers don't lead to differences in marking. What you need to, it depends what you mean by negative. You're not being marked on your opinion, and you're not being marked on the content itself. What they're marking for is fluency. Do you keep talking? So if you give lots of really short answers, that can limit your fluency score quite a lot. In terms of content, they're not interested in whether your answer is right or wrong. There is no right or wrong. They're interested in your vocabulary and your grammar. Okay, so just give your opinions here, and then of course pronunciation as the final criteria. Yeah, they're not marking your opinion. They are marking, in terms of the content, the only thing they're listening for is vocabulary and grammar, and is it correct? Okay, if you have lots of problems with your vocabulary and grammar, that can have quite a big effect on your score. So welcome to the stream, Jessica, joining us today. So Jessica asking how to participate in the speaking session. As I said, there is an IELTS Scholars group run by Swoosh and Connetics. Get in touch with them and find out how you can join that. Those students are able to participate in these streams. So next up we have Joanne. Hi, Joanne.
Hi, Luke. How are you?
Hi. Yeah, really good, thanks. You?
Currently, I
How are you?
I just finished work, but I'm still in the hospital.
Oh,
because if I'll be traveling back
just
home, your class will have ended.
Oh no, that's a shame. Well, it's really appreciate you taking the time after your shift to come and join us. It means so much, the dedication of lots of the students.
Yes, we have
so yeah, well, it's a pleasure to have you here, Joanne, and thank you for taking the time to come along. Pleasure to have you. Have you traveled by train much in your life? Is this
yes,
a mode of transport?
I have traveled. Yes, in fact, I've traveled by train just this morning in going to work. And I really like traveling by train.
That's enough. That's enough. So you commute by train?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Brilliant. So this is a nice sort of common everyday topic for you. Then let's talk about traveling by train. Let's talk about traveling by train, Joanne. How often do you travel by train?
I travel by train daily, usually in going to work, and I enjoy using the train because I have the chance to see the Dubai skyline and have a time to relax before starting a very hectic schedule.
When was the last time you traveled by train?
Just this morning. That was the last time that I used the train, and it's very accessible for me. That's why I use it most of the time.
Is traveling by train popular in your country?
Definitely yes. It is very popular, especially here in Dubai, because most of the people here belongs to the working population, and a lot of people doesn't really have a car. So using the train will help us save money. And here we have a monthly pass wherein we are charged only for a little amount of money, and we can use it for an unlimited times of using the train. Other than that, it saves time for us because if you have your car.
Okay. Do you think traveling by train? Do you think more people will travel by train in the future?
I believe more people will be using the train in the future because the trains now that we have are more advanced as compared to the trains that we have before. An example for that would be the train that they are completing that would travel from Dubai to Abu Dhabi. It's like a bullet train that would cut your travel from 4 hours to only an hour drive.
Okay, good. So they are working on bullet trains in Dubai in the UAE. Okay, interesting. Well, for me, that is a new piece of information. I will read all about it later. Love trains. Okay, good. Well done, Joanne. So a nice variety of vocabulary. Again, daily, you use the train every day. You're going to work. You're talking about having a hectic schedule. You said that the train is very accessible. One point with vocabulary where you weren't really sure. You're talking about these these tickets that you've got, yeah? And
Yeah.
you said, yeah, they have an unlimited time of using. An unlimited time of using?
Actually, it's like a ticket wherein you will pay like 300 dirhams in a month,
Uh-huh.
and
Uh-huh.
it would be, you can
Y-
use it any time of the day as long as
y-
it's paid for that stations.
Yeah, so an unlimited number of
Ah,
uses
yes, yes.
or unlimited travel for a month, a monthly pass with unlimited travel. Yeah, a train ticket which lasted forever,
Yes.
unlimited time. Brilliant. Probably be very expensive. Yeah, okay, so one slight slip there. And in question 3 as well, there was a bit of hesitation. It took you a while to get started. Yeah, so I asked, is traveling by train popular in your country? Quite a long pause before you started speaking. Yeah, so just try and get those pauses down. Part 1, we want to answer as quickly as possible. If you need time to think about it, oh, I've never really thought about that. Let me think about it for a second. Yeah, let the examiner
Yes.
know that you're thinking. Buy yourself a bit of time, and then give the answer. That is much more common in part 3, though. In part 1, usually we try to start talking quite quickly. Other than that, there was a tense error as well. You're talking about the trains that we have before.
Mm-hmm.
Have before? The trains that we
Yeah, the
had.
trains that we had.
Had, there we go. So there we go.
Yes,
Fix
had
that
before.
tense error. Okay, well done, Joanne, and really appreciate you staying on at the end of your shift and delaying you from getting home. So in the part 3, we will come to you first so that you are able to then go home if you need to. Okay, really good there, guys. Let's move on and take a look at our next set of questions. Here, some people will probably prefer this topic to the trains. Here we're talking about parks. So let us have 1 second while I look down the comments. Hi, Jayshree. Hi, welcome. Lovely to have you back on the stream. Dr. Melwish, absolutely my pleasure. Great to have you joining us. And Kishore as well. I can't call you, I'm afraid, Kishore, because we are on the stream. Yeah, I can't answer that question, I'm afraid. You need to get in touch with Swoosh English or Connetics. But yeah, absolutely, we would love to have you along, but I'm not actually able to add you to that group, unfortunately. Okay, so I'm really sorry. I would love to, but I don't actually have the ability to add you into the group. Okay, so do get in touch with them. Yeah, and sorry about that, but really great to have you joining us. Okay, so next up we have Eagle. Hi, Eagle. Hi, can you hear me? Just if you could unmute yourself. Yeah, there we go. Hi, how are you? It's very quiet. Could you put your mouth closer to the microphone, please? Silence. Okay. Eagle, try and get your... There we go. Hi. Hi, can you hear me? Oh, we had you for a second there. Eagle, I'm going to take you off the stream. We'll come back to you in a minute, okay? If you can get your connection or your microphone sorted, we will come back to you in a minute. So just try and get that sorted out. And then, oh, we're back to Shirley. Hi, Shirley. Hi, Shirley. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hi, great. Shirley, let's talk about parks. Do you like going to parks in your free time?
Yes, actually, not every weekend that I will be off. So most of the time, me and my family would go there.
Mm-hmm. What do you usually go to parks with? Who do you usually go to parks with? Sorry. Who do you usually go with?
I usually go to the park with my family and some of my friends.
Why?
Yeah, this is one way of relaxation and bonding time to my family and my friends while sitting on the grass and eating some foods.
What do people enjoy doing when they go to parks?
Like for example, for us, we love to eat in the park and have a talk. And sometimes my husband would do the jogging there with my youngest son. Yeah, like that.
Do you think there are enough parks where you live?
Oh yes, unfortunately here in UAE in Al Ain we have there is a nice and plenty. I could say yeah, a lot of park that we could visit, but unfortunately nowadays we're not allowed to go in.
Okay, good, Shirley. Try and develop the answers a little bit more. Some of the answers there are really short. Yeah.
Okay.
So do try and give a little bit more. Let's take one example and go through it in a bit more detail. Who do you usually go to parks with? You're talking about your friends and your family, yeah? So
Yes.
how is it different when you go with your friends? What do you do with your friends?
Well,
That's
you
different.
usually went to park with my friends, is especially if there's a special occasion. So we would instead of going doing the party in the home in the house, we would do it there. So there would be it would be more spacious, and the kids would be having some activity to do.
Okay,
Most like
great. Now family.
with my family, as I mentioned, we always bring food to eat, and my kids would be playing as well. We will bring his bicycle, so he would have wide up, spacious.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good. So what we've done there, we've taken two different groups of people, friends, family. We then develop and we discuss them. We develop and discuss friends, then we develop and discuss family. That is going to keep you talking. If you wanted to, you could probably talk for about 2 minutes on. The examiner won't let you. But yeah. And then what do people enjoy when they doing when they go to parks? Different people, different activities. Maybe some people like reading books, other people like going and doing some exercise and getting some cardiovascular exercise, something like that. Other people may just enjoy going and sunbathing or whatever. So quite a few different activities we could mention there. One thing you said, doing the party. Do you do a party? Begins with a huh. Have a party. Have a party. Yeah, rather than doing the party. You said you go and bide. Did you say bide your time with your friends in the park?
Banding time.
Banding?
Yeah,
Spending.
banding. No, it's like we will have a bonding time together. I mean a quality time to bond.
Bonding. Oh,
Okay.
get that mouth nice and round. Oh, bonding.
Bonding.
Yeah, bond. There you go. One more time.
Bonding. It's all
There we
bonding.
go.
Okay.
It's an yeah. I was a bit confused there. Otherwise, good. Well done, Shirley, and we will have you back shortly for the part 3. Thank you. Okay, so I'll just take Shirley off the stream. Okay, and next up, before we move on, let's try Eagle one more time. Hi, Eagle. Hi, can you hear me? I can hear a noise. I can't hear your voice. Are you able to?
Hello.
Hi, Eagle. Hi. Can you hear me? Oh, it's so frustrating because I know you're there. There we go. Hi. Let's talk about parks.
Hello.
Hi, Eagle. Hi. Yeah.
Hello.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Can you hear me? We can hear you.
Hello.
Hello?
Yes, yes, please.
Okay, let's talk about parks. Do you like going to parks in your free time? Oh. Okay, I think your connection may not be very good, Eagle. We're losing you, I'm afraid. Okay, I'm going to have to take you off the stream because we do need to move on. If you can, get on to, if you're on Wi-Fi, try the cellular. If you're on the cellular, try the Wi-Fi, because it'd be great to have you with us, but we just can't hear you, unfortunately. So really sorry about that. But let's have one more speaker. We'll try Eagle again in the part 3. So let's have Alice before we move on. Hi, Alice.
Hi, Luke.
Hi. Alice, let's talk about parks. Do you like going to parks in your free time?
Well, I would say that it's not something I do often, but I love going whenever I get an opportunity.
Who do you usually go to parks with?
The few times I've visited a park, I usually go with colleagues, and we normally have aerobics, or sometimes we run.
What do people enjoy doing when they go to parks?
Well, it's usually a nice time for people to socialize. And mostly over the weekends, it is a time that people can ventilate or rather get to relax.
What do you think? Do you think there are enough parks where you live?
Honestly speaking, I think we have quite a number of them because of late, several groups of people have been going out there, especially on Saturdays.
Okay, Alice. A couple of things there. Is this an unfamiliar topic for you?
I would say yes.
Okay, why?
It's because I haven't been involved in going out to the parks. A few times I've been there, but not quite often.
Okay. What's happening here? Your pronunciation is breaking up a bit. So you're speaking, and then pausing, and then speaking again. The pauses aren't in the most natural of places. So, for example, you said, the few times I visited, I went with colleagues. Yeah. Rather than, well, on the few occasions I have visited parks, I've been there with colleagues.
Okay.
So you've got quite a long pause. And this other one, if I can read my writing, oh my goodness. Yeah, I love going. I welcome the opportunity. Yeah, again, it's a bit broken up. I love going and I welcome the opportunity. Bit more connected. Okay.
Okay.
Talking about socializing though and ventilating, I'm not sure if that's exact. Getting some fresh air, maybe.
Sure, and trying to relax, especially when you are socializing with friends.
Okay, yeah. I think you mean venting. That is not the way we would use that word. We would probably say, letting off some steam or kicking back or something like that. Venting is more like you're complaining about something. Yeah. Okay. And another thing I noticed there, you said you like saying of late. Can you think of other ways to say of late?
In the recent times.
Yeah, or recently. Yeah, something like that. So try to avoid too much repetition because you use that in part 1 as well. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Otherwise, good. Again, Alice, just a bit more development needed. Right. Really good, everyone. So let's move on and look at the part 2. Remember, Swoosh English do have a holiday sale with up to 50% off OET, IELTS and PTE courses. That is ending at midnight on Sunday. So if you are thinking about taking on one of these 3 tests, OET, IELTS or PTE, this weekend is a really good chance to sign up and save yourself some money. So it would be great to have some more of you guys coming onto the stream. Right. Speaking part 2 here. We've got describe a writer you would like to meet. For some people, they find this to be quite a difficult topic. Describing a writer. Oh, goodness. Who you would like to meet. If you are a little bit uncertain for this topic, just pick any famous author that you know a little bit about, or that whose films you know a little bit about. It's better if they're alive. Some people do ones that aren't alive. I would love to meet, for example, I would love to meet J.R.R. Tolkien, but it's not going to happen because unfortunately he's dead. Yeah, so you could do that. Just make sure you make the listener aware of the fact that they are no longer with us. And yeah, just make it very clear. I would love to meet them, but I can't because so some people have problems with living authors. There are some quite good choices that you could probably think of. And really here, explaining why you would like to meet the writer, maybe talking about their creativity, asking them some questions about the world that they've created or some of the characters in their books, things that you may not know but want to know about some of their stories. So it can be a difficult topic card, this one. Pick somebody whose books you know something about, or who has a very famous character. J.K. Rowling and Harry Potter is an obvious one that springs to mind if you're not sure what else to talk about. And then what you would ask J.K. Rowling and what you find out about her. You don't have to do J.K. Rowling. Obviously, lots of people would. If you know somebody a bit less famous and a bit more unusual, that is also good, because the examiner has probably heard, as I said, J.K. Rowling, George R.R. Martin, also very big recently. The examiner has probably heard quite a lot about them. It's nice to give something a bit unusual. Okay, so this topic card about a writer is going to set us up for our part 3. Remember, the discussion here is related to the part 2. The examiner is going to make up the questions, and the questions can be quite difficult. It's not a test of knowledge. If you're not sure about an answer, just give your opinion and make it logical and give a bit of development. Okay, so these part 3s can be quite difficult. First up, we've got reading and children. Joanne, we will be having you first, so that if you need to run home, you won't have to wait till the end of the stream. So, hi, Joanne. Hi, Joanne, can you hear me? I think you might be muted. Just if you could just unmute. Hi, Joanne, can you hear me? No? Okay, I'm going to take you off the stream and then we will try you again in a minute. So let's try Eagle. Hi, Eagle. Hi, can you hear me? If you could just unmute yourself. Hi, Eagle. Are you there? I can hear a noise, but I can't hear your voice. Hi, Eagle. Could you say something, please?
Already muted. Unmute.
Okay, there we go. We have you. We
Hello.
have you. Okay. Hi. Hi, Eagle. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Brilliant. Great. Lovely to have you with us. Welcome. Finally, we got there. We got there. We are going to get some
Yeah,
speaking from.
thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful. I was a bit worried that we weren't going to be able to give you the opportunity.
I sorry, I have a
Eagle,
I have a problem with my connection right now.
yeah, oh, it's a shame. It's a shame, but you're here now, so let's do some speaking part 3. Eagle, let's talk about reading and children. What kinds of book are most popular with children in your country nowadays?
I I I believe that most of the children right now here in my country, the Philippines, are really now engaged in uh, technology, uh, technology book.
Hmm. And
Uh,
why? Yeah, why do you think they like technology books?
Actually, they are now nowadays, and actually, most of them are now in quite uh, into the internet, so that they are
Hmm.
really familiar with other modernized
Hmm. Yeah.
gadget and what
Uh-huh.
uh,
Yeah. Do you think the internet has do you think the internet has encouraged people to read more or less?
I believe
Okay, Eagle, I think we're
uh,
losing you. Mm,
I think
okay, unfortunately, we are losing you. Um, okay, okay. So, one thing I would say, Eagle, try and practice speaking as often as you can, because your speaking's a little bit slow. I'm not sure if it's the connection. Um, if you can get a more reliable connection, that would be brilliant. Because obviously we want to give you the best opportunity. Uh, from what I've heard, try and get your speaking speed up a bit because it is a little bit slow. Um, talking about technology books, yeah, lots of children. Rather than saying technology books, maybe lots of children like reading about technology, and then it would be great to hear your thoughts on the internet and how that has affected reading. But unfortunately, the connection's not very secure. So we are going to have to move on because we're running out of time. But thank you so much for joining. Hopefully next time you will have a slightly more reliable connection. Okay, let's try Joanne one more time. Hi, Joanne.
Hi, sir.
Hi, you're with us. Brilliant. How are you doing? Are you still in the hospital?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well let's get your part 3 finished so that you can go home.
Okay,
Um,
let me try.
okay, Joanne. Let's talk about reading and children. What kinds of book are most popular with children in your country nowadays?
Well, nowadays, I'm not very sure of that because I've seen more children who are not really into reading books. The last time I went to a bookshop, a lot of books were not really bought by parents, and they are more of the toys and gadgets. So I believe that less and less children are into reading books.
Do you think this is a positive or negative trend?
I believe it has a negative effect for children because more children are into engage into using technology, and they miss the chance of reading good books, and they are just into watching videos over YouTube, on YouTube, I mean, which has sometimes no meaning at all, and they're just watching for entertainment.
How do you think the experience of reading a physical book is different from the experience of reading an ebook?
Oh, in my age, I can still imagine myself reading a physical book. And I find it better because when you touch the book, there's a feeling of there's a feeling that you experience, and the smell of the book as well, because it gives me more of it gives me more of an experience rather than the ebook, which also strains my eye. So up until I'm 30 years old, I still prefer reading a physical book rather than an ebook.
How do you think children can be encouraged to read more?
I think children would be encouraged if they see their parents reading a physical book more, because young as they see their parents as their role models, because at home they are with the parents most of the times, especially when they are growing up. So I think the parents play an important role in helping their children to engage more into reading.
Okay. Okay, good, Joanna. So what, especially that last question, real chatterbox, plenty to say. Yeah, it's good. It's good. One thing. So, one thing. In my age. Can you fix that? In or at?
At my age.
At my age. Yeah. Okay. And then yeah, from what I've seen, children are not really into reading. Yeah, fine. If they see parents young as they are, children like to copy what their parents do, or children see their parents as role models. That vocabulary, role models, really good. When they see their parents young as they are, and then continuing, really nice grammatical structure there, quite unusual and accurate. So well done. And then talking about the experience of reading, the feeling of the book, the smell of the book. Absolutely. So plenty to say there. One thing that I would think about, what kinds of books do children read? Can you think of any famous children's books?
In the Philippines, they children are still fond of reading this at what they call in the Philippines book of alamat. It's like a fictional book explaining what the meaning. I mean, like the pineapple, how come it's designed like that? So, let's say it's yeah. Some children are still reading that.
Yeah, fantastic. So you could talk all about that and specific books like that they read in the Philippines and the culture as well.
Yes.
So that would be
more of our Philippine culture.
Yeah. So talking about preserving culture through reading, that would be a brilliant thing.
That would be a great idea. Yes, thank you.
Yeah. And then other things that we could talk about. Obviously, children's fiction is quite a big genre. So I don't know if you've heard of Roald Dahl. They have made some films recently, like Fantastic Mr. Fox. Is a film that has recently been released. James and the Giant Peach, also another Roald Dahl book turned into a film. And then other things, Harry Potter is a massive one. Yeah. So there is, and then probably, in all of your countries, there will be respected children's authors who I probably don't know much about. It'd be great to find out a bit though. So have a think about famous children's authors, because this is quite a common question, talking about children and reading.
Thank you for that good advice, sir.
Okay, all right, you're welcome, Joanne. Take care, have a lovely weekend, and we will let you get on home. Thank you. Bye
sir.
Okay, so that was Joanne. Brilliant. MJ, you will need to connect a device. I think we didn't get you last week on the part 3, so it would be good to have you this week. Moving on though to our next frame, reading for different purposes. So let's start off with, I just need to find a piece of paper that is not covered in writing. There we go. So let us have Alice. Hi, Alice.
Hi, Luke.
Hi. You ready to talk about reading for different purposes?
Yes, I can give it a try.
Absolutely. That's the spirit. What are some of the reasons why people may read, why different people may read things?
Well, I believe that reading is a good culture because it helps us to remain focused. And most of the time when one keeps on reading, they get to have a lot of information and they're able to understand what is happening, especially within their country. For example, I love following up on political issues in my country. So whenever I read articles or newspapers, it keeps me abreast with what is happening.
What about for other professions? Are there any jobs where it's necessary to read a lot?
I believe that when one has the habit of reading, they are able to improve on the skills that they require for their job. And that also motivates them to become people who can be able to come up with activities.
But what jobs require people to read a lot?
I think one of them would be nursing, because medicine keeps changing and there are always several updates. So for a nurse, for a doctor, they may need to keep reading once in a while or on a daily basis.
Any other jobs that require lots of reading?
I think teachers are supposed to read widely so that they can be able to guide the children. And by doing that, that empowers them to become better teachers.
Okay. Do you think it's more interesting to read factual books, or do you think fiction is more interesting?
Well, I think reading factual books is more interesting than the other types of books, because at least it will motivate you and it is something that you can enjoy reading and concentrating on.
What kinds of factual book might be particularly interesting?
For example, if it is a book that, if you are in the medical field, if you have a book that talks about some of the procedures that you need to carry out in the ward, that might be very motivating because it will build on the skills that you already have as a medical profession.
Moving outside of books, if I want to find out some information on the internet, what should I do?
I think it is important to ensure that you go to the most recognized websites, because you might end up getting fake news. I would prefer going to a website like World Health Organization, because it is a website that I believe is well authenticated.
Okay, good, Alice. Good. One thing I would say about your part 3 there, which topic do you keep bringing it back to?
Sorry?
Which topic do you keep coming back to?
The medical profession.
Try and break outside of it a little bit, yeah?
Okay.
Because the examiner might start feeling a bit suspicious. I don't want to know more about the medical profession. Try and expand a little bit into other areas. Let's think. So people who may read a lot. Let's say, for example, you have legal problems. Who are you going to need?
You'll need a lawyer.
Do you think they read a lot?
Well, I think they need to research, because most of the times when they are going for the cases, they need to have researched and even refer to some of the cases that may have been done elsewhere for them to win the cases they are currently undertaking.
Brilliant. Okay, great. So there we've got one, the legal profession. Nice and wonderful development there. What about scientists?
I think for the scientists and even the researchers, just to mention, they also need to read widely so that they're able to justify any information that they would want to put across.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And does their field stay the same?
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
Do different fields of science always stay the same?
Well, I don't think so, because most of the time they get updated based on the research that has been done during or at any particular moment or time.
Yeah, so it's a constantly evolving field.
Sure.
Yeah. So I think once I ask you and get you to give them to me, really good expansion. The thing is, the examiner may not ask you the questions like this to get it from you. You've got loads to say, so just make sure, look back, have a think about some of these different things, because you've got loads of ideas. It's just a case of getting them. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome, Alice, and well done. Really, really good. Well done. Okay, and lastly today, MJ, are you able to connect a microphone? And then we will be able to have you on the stream. And lastly, if MJ is unable to, we have Shirley. Hi, Shirley.
Yes.
Hi, Shirley.
Hi.
Let's talk about reading for different purposes. What are some of the reasons why different people may read things?
Well, probably the number one thing, the reason is it's their hobby to read book, and others would like to
Oh, we're losing it. Shirley, I can't hear you. The connection's not very good. Shirley, if you're able to sort out your connection, MJ's just reconnected without a microphone. Try and fix your connection, and we'll have you back. Let's do MJ, because MJ has been waiting 2 weeks for part 3 now. Hi, MJ.
Hi, look, how are you?
Yeah, really good.
No,
Great to have you back.
I'm just going to listen to them, just give them a chance to answer the question, because I just got my desired score in speaking last week. Sorry, I'm a humongous thanks to you, sir. Look,
You're welcome. Oh, MJ, are you being
Yeah.
shy? I don't believe you're being shy.
No,
Let's do a couple of part 3s, because you've just got the score that you want. Going to be really useful for people taking the test to hear somebody who has got the score.
I'm sorry, I'm holding my baby. Anyway, I'm just listening about the answers, and I think the chance that they can even valorize their ideas about reading. Anyway, a big thanks to you, sir. Look, because they've asked me about the music for the part 1,
and that was what we talked about last week.
Yes, that's why I would straightly tell to you that I'm telling that I'm going to say that thank you much, thank you so much.
Absolutely, my pleasure. Yes. What a coincidence. So last week we talked about music in your part 1, and what was your topic in the test? Music. Yeah, was that as a part 1 or a part 3?
That's the part 1, sir.
Okay. Oh, it would be even better if it was the part 3, but brilliant. Well done. Fantastic. Really
Thank
good
you, sir.
my pleasure, and pleasure to have you with us. Okay, yeah. Shirley has left, so we're going to close up for today now. But brilliant. Well done, MJ. Really, really happy for you. And thanks for coming in and letting us all know.
Yes,
Shirley has just rejoined, so let's just have a few answers from Shirley, and then we will close. Hi, Shirley. Is that better?
Sorry, disconnected.
No problem. Okay, brilliant. Loud and clear. So we were talking about reading. You said some people have the habit for reading. So what are the different reasons why people might read? Some of the different reasons.
Other reason could be they want they want to gain knowledge regarding particular topics and to be updated to what is happening around us. So, for example, if you are a nurse, because the medicines or technologies around us are improving, so we have to be updated on what is the new trend going on regarding medical field, and as well as to other specialty in the field of science. And yeah, there's a lot of
Okay. So that's reading for work. Yeah. What are some of the other reasons people might read apart from work?
I could say that they are interested to what is going on around us. So could be the reason like news and current affairs, that they would like to know what's going on in their country, or even globally. They want to be updated as to what is happening all over the world. Could be the reason. So that's why they keep reading.
So thinking about these different reasons, what about reading for pleasure? Do you think people read for pleasure more or less now than they did in the past?
I think it's lesser now because nowadays that peoples are very busy, and we have to cope up with the fast-pacing natures of our society right now. So others really don't have this liberty of time to do this such thing like reading. So.
Yeah. Okay, good, Shirley. That's all we've got time. We're well out of time for today, but I just want to give everybody a chance to the part threes. Good. So different reasons people might read: work, study, leisure. So people might read for fun. As Alice has said, it could be a hobby. They might be doing their own research. So quite a few different things to talk about there. Yeah, people, and then obviously the news and current affairs, staying up to date with what's going on in the world. And very relevant today, people may be reading because they're looking at the public health guidelines for coronavirus. Could even bring that in. So, but good. Well done, Shirley. Well done, Alice. And well done, especially MJ has now got his score. Fantastic to hear. Thanks a lot for coming along, everyone. Really appreciate you taking the time to come to these sessions. Gian wants to connect to this call. Gian, get in touch with Swoosh or Connetics, who this session is run for, or this is a Swoosh English and Connetics USA session. Get in touch with them and they will be able to tell you how to join. Well done, all of our speakers. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Take care, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
You're welcome, Shirley. You're welcome, Alice.